What's up, Totem Pole Nation? The Super Bowl was yesterday, and we are officially 206 days away from next season of the NFL. So we have a long time in the middle to start talking about, some storylines. But first, we got to give props to the Chiefs. Before we do that, shout out to Sideline Sports Network. And if you want some gear like that hat, we got T-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, whatever you need. That's at TotemPoleNation.com. Without further ado, let's get into the Chiefs being the next NFL dynasty.
Well, congratulations to Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Okay, congratulations to those Chiefs. All right, back-to-back Super Bowl champions for the first time since the 2003-2004 New England Patriots. They are a dynasty. I mean, they've been to the Super Bowl 4 of the last 5 seasons. They missed 1 year in 2021 when we saw the Rams and the Bengals, but the Chiefs have consistently made the AFC Championship game. They consistently made the Super Bowl, and they consistently won it, okay? So they won the Super Bowl titles 2019, 2022, and, of course, just now in the 2023 season. They are a dynasty. That is not a question, all right? Now, I give the Chiefs a lot of credit. They really did struggle in the first half, by the way, just with that 49ers defense. Yet again, I was wrong, but the 49ers always find a way to blow it. But when it comes to Patrick Mahomes' greatness, we do have to understand that right now, he is a top dog. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks in this era. Let's not compare him to Tom Brady because the man said it himself. Tom Brady beat him in the Super Bowl, and he beat him in the AFC Championship game. So he hasn't really beat Tom Brady, but he's realistic. Is he the GOAT? He's the GOAT, but he's not better than Tom Brady. Now, if he gets to another Super Bowl, maybe we can start having some discussions, but let's be real. I like Patrick Mahomes. I have nothing against Pat Mahomes. The Chiefs did what they're supposed to do. The 49ers did not make any goddamn adjustments on defense. How were you not prepared for the RPO of Patrick Mahomes and that smart mind of Andy Reid when it comes to that RPO? Did you not watch the man at Texas Tech and Cliff Kingsbury? That's all they did, run with the quarterback. Now I understand that he had some injuries with the tush push. One time was pretty bad, but they ran the ball with Patrick Mahomes. The 49ers were not expecting that. Now, I somewhat don't believe when it comes to the 49ers that they didn't know the overtime rules. Because I bet you if they won, this wouldn't really be talked about if they won. Despite them not knowing the rules, the 49ers still had a chance to win. And yet again, I have to put some controversy on Kyle Shanahan because you're 0-3 in the fucking Super Bowl, 0-1 when you're the OC. And yet again, you had a lead and you somehow blow it. But that blocked extra point was a very, very crucial part of the game. But when it came to the third quarter, and I see that Christian McCaffrey had about 22 carries, he should have had about 35. I didn't like the way Kyle Shanahan wanted to run play action multiple times in the third quarter. I said run the ball with CMC. He finally figured it out in the fourth quarter, but he should have done that in the beginning of the third quarter. Brock Purdy didn't play a bad game. He played the way he was supposed to play. But crucial turnovers in the beginning for both teams. But at the end, it does not matter because did you realize every time the Chiefs have been to the Super Bowl, they've been down by 10 points every single time, and they came back and they won. So look, Patrick Mahomes is great. I mean, Mecole Hardman didn't even know he scored a game-winning touchdown, and he played for the Jets. He was supposed to play for Aaron Rodgers. But here is the goal. The Chiefs are the team to watch out for. They're preparing for a three-peat. I don't think that's going to happen. That is very, very hard to see. We had not seen three-peats. We've seen them in NBA, obviously, but that's been a while. But they have a chance to go for a three-peat, but it'll be very, very hard, very, very difficult. But like I said, I'm going to give credit to the Chiefs. But the 49ers, yet again, fucking blew it. And you can go ahead because Matt Pat was right about the under, the money line, all this
and the spread.
And the spread.
I was 3 for 3 last night on money. The only thing that I lost money on was live betting. I kept getting in there and being like, You know what? I think the Chiefs are going to score a field goal this drive, and I'd put some money on them scoring a field goal, and then they punt or they do whatever. And it's like, all right, well, so stay away from live betting. But on those recommendations I made last week, those were 3 for 3.
Yet again, I am wrong, and the 49ers seem to disappoint me, but they'll be back. I am done. Go ahead.
You're good. So first off, I want to just nip this in the bud. This was Brock Purdy's second year as an NFL player. So everything that we saw this morning on First Take with, Stephen A versus Dan, when it comes to, Stephen A and Shannon, we're still like, oh, I don't know about Brock, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I can trust him. I'm on Dan's side on this one, dude. Like, it's his second year. He led them to the Super Bowl. He had top 5 numbers. Like, the man did everything he was supposed to do. So I do believe that, the Niners are going to be fine. Do I want them to be back in this spot? No, Dallas fan. I would rather them not even make the playoffs. But that's not realistic because Brock is a good quarterback. So I just want to nip all that shit in the bud now and say, like, we're not here to be talking shit on Brock. It wasn't, like his best showing, but like you said, CMC having under 3 yards a carry, which has happened a lot in games where the other team has a good defense this year. This is not the only example of it. But then on the other side, defensively, I don't know how the Niners allowed Pat to be their leading rusher for the Chiefs and it'd be a winning, strategy. I don't know, but he was the leading rusher with 66 yards. Pacheco had a good game, but he just, I don't know, wasn't as successful in the run game as maybe we thought he would have been. But I want to talk about first the second half from Travis Kelce. Obviously, we know we all saw him yelling at Andy, and there's a lot of mixed emotions on that. But Travis Kelce, whether you love him or hate him, so we've got Toxic here saying that he hates it. Goat, what's up, dog? Commented on one of the polls. That's sweet. Appreciate you guys for watching. Regardless if you love or hate Kelce at this point, the second half he just put on was phenomenal. He had, 1 catch in the whole first half and then had 90 yards basically in the second. We saw him start doing what we saw him do the past 5 years of his career, and that's just float around and get open. That's what they talk about every offseason when people interview either Pat or Trav about this stuff. Like, how is y'all's chemistry so good? And they can just look at each other and they know where the open spot in the zone is going to be, and he doesn't even have to run the route that's in the play. He's just going to float right over to that zone, right? So we saw that in the second half from Trav. That was amazing. And then, excuse me, to give Pat all the flowers he deserves, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champion, obviously. I'm with you. He's not the GOAT yet, but what he's doing at the pace he's doing it is historic. And obviously he has a lot to go before he's really in that conversation with Tom. But I don't think it's out of the question that he's going to get there sooner rather than later, Chiefs defense, Chris Jones, game record. Wrecked that game for the Niners. I think the Niners win that game if Chris Jones is not on that defensive line for the Chiefs. And then we want to look at the defensive line for the Niners. Unfortunately, a sideline Achilles tear by one of their best D linemen in Greenlaw. That was random. He was just jumping on the sideline, getting warm. Achilles just popped. You never want to see that. That's a whole factor on that D line that's taken out of the game. So, great. I thought it was a really good game, overtime, and I'm pretty sure regardless if the Niners took the ball first, like they did, or gave it to the Chiefs, I think we all had a similar feeling as to, once it got into overtime, how this game was going to end. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I said last week, if it comes down to, the last few minutes of that game or overtime of this game, who do you trust more than Patrick Mahomes? Nobody. And that's how it ended.
Just unfortunate for the 49ers when they had multiple chances in the fourth quarter to at least get a first down. But the blitz by Steve Spagnuolo, like I said, he's the first assistant coach to win 4 Super Bowls. 2 with the Giants, 2 with the Chiefs. He found a way to stop Tom Brady. He found a way to stop Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's not a bum. Second year, took the man to the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. Something that Jimmy G couldn't really do in his first 2 years. I think it took him 3 years to do it. But, I mean, 49ers find a way to blow it, and it's not really much to say when the 49ers had to lead basically the whole entire game. The strategy was there. They let Travis Kelce get hot. It's not much to say. But when it comes to the 49ers, you might be back. We'll see how this goes. But unfortunately, NFL season does come to an end. And we'll probably be back for mock drafts and whatnot in March or April. But this is it for Lambo and Matt Sports. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Total Pro Nation. And we thank you,